So what do the experts actually think about her and her report then?
Well,
Is that something you can discuss or not? Because
I
again,
believe I believe it is. It's reasonable discovery, and we had experts too. And an interesting statement in her report is she said to the effect that I will probably read this and consider her as another biased person not aligning with Dr. O'Connor, and he'll call me biased too. Well, we had two independent observers read a report, and both were very concerned about obvious bias.
yeah,
Apart from me, and in other expert reports I have read, they were also very concerned about bias, the existence of bias. They were concerned about many other factors in the report as well.
yeah,
One of the statements she stated in my report was that she could not adequately assess the child because of his age. Well, that was an incorrect statement, because one of our experts, who is a child attachment expert, performed attachment, assessments on me, and even observed our child.
yeah,
Now, this is a fact that's already been stated,
yeah,
and found out we had a very strong attachment.
yeah.
But the fact of her statement was incorrect too.
Yeah. So has anybody ever gone to, I don't know what kind of board governs somebody like a child custody evaluator. Is there some type of board that might hear complaints about her? Have people filed complaints against her? If so, have been any actions taken against her at any one time or another? I mean, because what I'm hearing you say, I mean, I would be extremely upset if a judge said that, by the way, because I've seen this in courts when I've gone in the past with people, the judge will appoint somebody, you need to go see this person here. I'm like, well, wait a minute, why this person? There must be a special relationship here. The judge has chosen that person for a reason. I'd like to go to somebody else. Sorry, you are going to see this person. And it would concern me if I were in a court and there was a judge in front of me that said, you must see Dr. Alissa Sherry.
No, you can't really do that. That would be, for example, like some judge saying, you have to see Dr. O'Connor, without my knowledge. And it wouldn't be within the authority of a judge to make me see a particular patient unless I had already spoken with the judge.
Okay.
And if I had already spoken with the judge and there was some already prearranged deal, so to speak, then I would see assess that particular person for the court. So, because they're acting as an agent of the court, their role should be neutral. They should be under either a subpoena to testify with the court or ordered by the court. But it would be very unlikely a judge without some prearrangement to just offer and say, I'm gonna make this professional see this person. And then that relates to the issue, what if the person says no?
Yeah.
Because, I have a right to decide who's gonna participate with my health care.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue of leveraging the parent-child relationship if you don't do what the judge says or not.
Yeah,
I've heard of so many cases about that, but there's so much case law in the appellate courts where that's just not okay.
Yeah. I actually have seen that, and I'm going to talk with that individual about it because I was in his hearing when this took place, and he has not seen this kid for quite some time because he would not go to see, my understanding, a specific person.
And there's even
submit to it.
Yeah, and there's even, as we know, there's Texas statute. I always get the numbers mixed up. Is it 151003 in terms of state agency limitations of affecting fundamental rights that impair or affect the parent-child relationship?
Yeah.
Which it would fall under that as well.
So, but they go back to Alissa Sherry. Has she ever does she have to appear before a board? Did the board ever have hearings against her? People testified against her?
Yeah, there are rules with the Texas Board of Psychology that they have to abide by, and there's a subset of rules in which forensic evaluators have to abide by. And I understand that There had been several complaints in the past about her.
More than a few.
Yes, and she's had several other experts evaluate her processes and found many faults with those processes. You know, in the family code, and particularly the family code, just off the cuffs, you know, one of the things it states is that the evaluator must function within the standards of its licensing board.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now in order to file a complaint, you either have to have your case closed and finalized, and you have to send the entire record, their record, to them. But now if you have other licensed professional who's evaluated the report and who is a competent professional, even if your case is open, you can now file a complaint.
So there have been complaints filed against her, as I understand.
Multiple complaints filed
Yeah.
against her.
And did they take any action against her?
I'm not aware if they took action against her or not.
Okay. Because I thought for a while that she stopped practicing or doing what she would, her child custody evaluations.
She did, and I found that out in one of my court hearings. I think it was in March of 2019, because we were asking for an evaluator, and at that time opposing counsel was saying that she's no longer doing evaluations.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So what else?